Namaste. Hi there, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana. I am an intuitive reader and healer. And today is live readings. And I did choose a small spread that I would like to work with today. 3-card spread. I put in the description box below if you're curious. I put the intention for the spread positions down below. This, I believe, was, I think it's one of the ones in the Marielle Tarot, in the Landscape of the Abyss book at the back. And so we'll be looking at 3 positions. One is our inner environment, what our inner experience is at this time. And then the second card is our outer environment. So what is going on outside, or how are we being influenced by the external? And it's always really interesting to look and see what the relationship between the internal and the external environment is. It's a great 3-card spread to do for yourself on a daily basis. And then the third card is the advice. And as usual on Tuesdays, sometimes these are very well planned and other times not so much. And I just went to my tarot cupboard and I pulled out Everyday Witch, which is not a deck that I hardly ever use this deck, but it felt kind of summery. I know you're not all in the Northern Hemisphere. It feels kind of summery. I know it's not a very diverse deck. For that reason, I pulled out the Everyday Witch Oracle as well too. So for some of the readings, I may pull an Oracle card. So let me know if that is an issue with this deck with you. Please let me know, because I know not everybody loves that deck for its lack of diversity. So welcome to Anjali. I see you posted a question some time ago. And Dancing Soul Sister, hello and welcome to Hannah. I'm just going to put my glasses here. And if you have questions, go ahead. You can put those in the chat. And don't necessarily answer the questions in order, but try to get to as many readings as possible. Okay, welcome to Shannon. Hello. So I thought I would start with a group reading today. I haven't done that for a while. I've been contemplating this shift of energy. We're at the end of Cancer season, so the sun will be moving into Leo towards the end of the week. I believe Thursday night, Pacific time. It'll be in the evening Thursday. And I don't know, I've been feeling a little uneasy, planetarily speaking. I'm not sure what's going on. Any astrologers in the chat, please feel free to chime in at this time. So in doing a collective reading with this spread in mind, I want to look at the aspect of the internal and the external environment and to see what we can learn from that and what the advice is. And then I will indeed pull an oracle card for the collective as well too. So if you're here now, if you're watching this in the playback, take a deep breath and just close your eyes. If you can pause what you're doing, sometimes that can make the reading more meaningful as well too. Welcome to Joy. And Dion, hello. I love the color that I edged this deck in. It's very, very pretty blue. Oh, that was a nice cut. Okay, so we're going to do 3 cards and an oracle card. 1, 2, 3. Let's move my beautiful things over. Wow. Okay. As synchronicity would have it, we have the Star card. The Star card to start. So this is the inner environment, which is peaceful. It's peaceful. And if that is not your experience at this time, then this is an invitation to the peacefulness and the contentment of the star card. I just spent 35 minutes talking about temperance and star in the last video. That's why I'm saying synchronistic that this card is showing up. Another word that came through in the last, at 10 o'clock when I was doing that reflection on the star and temperance, was, for the star card, was humility. There's an aspect of, often in this card, the figure is naked. And there is a sense of vulnerability as well, too. And I want to look at the number 7, because the number 7 is deeply connected to this card. And we have an opportunity here for a deeper unfolding. This card, this major arcana, comes up in the 3rd septenary. So it's a high frequency. And I see this more as an invitation, if you are not in meditation, if that's not part of your practice, to really perhaps shift something. I was addressing this change of seasons from Cancer to Leo season. So maybe the remainder of the summer is about you slowing down and turning inward. And I know exactly what this is for me. It's about a practice that I have let go, that I have contemplated doing again. So the external environment is perhaps an invitation to, my goodness. So this page, and if you look at the signpost, can we see what's on the signpost? Can I read it? You know, if I had a magnifying glass, I could read it. The page is throwing up a coin. This is a really interesting card to show up for the external environment. I almost feel as if this is a post-COVID kind of, I know we're not all post-COVID, but it's a post-COVID kind of energy. There's a map on the foreground. The Page of Pentacles is throwing a coin in the air, tossing a coin. Which way should I go? I know I gotta go. I have to move. There's an adventure ahead. But the Page of Pentacles is not moving. This decision is kind of hard. And so there's a slowness to the internal environment. There's a slowness to the external environment. And so watch this mirror and allow this is very, very cool. I like this. There is an innocence as well. There's an innocent quality to both of these cards. So I see this as an invitation. This is an invitation to slow down, to be a little more reflective. And then the advice card is the 3 of Pentacles. So these 3 witches are staring at these 3 pentacles. The energy of these 3 pentacles comes together. So that's 15 points. 15 points of the stars. Reduces to 6. It is a 3. It is a sacred number. It almost, to me, you know, when I have seen this card, and look, like there's an open door to the left. There's an open door to the left. There is an invitation. There is an opportunity to take the wisdom of the 3 pentacles and to do something with them. But I really feel like this is it's a slow journey, you know, and so the advice is to examine the 3 pentacles. You know, we may not be able to do this alone. We may need to do this in company. The 3s are all about company. The 3s are all about circles and sisterhoods and connecting with others. Perhaps this is a shared wisdom. This is a shared wisdom with the collective. The Page of Pentacles can also speak to, you know, if you were contemplating going to school, or enrolling in a course this summer, a summer school. But I feel like, with the energy of the pentacle, we need to see the star within the pentacle. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's not a good cut. I'm going to pull an oracle card, and then I will go to your questions. And I want to say hi to everybody that's coming in. Okay. See if we can get a better cut here. There we go. Yeah. Okay. So the oracle card is hibernation and regeneration, which is what I was feeling. So I want to encourage you to return to, maybe this is some kind of a restorative spiritual practice. I love the way that she is among all of those crystal clusters there. It's really, really beautiful. Okay. I like this advice. It feels good. It feels good. All right, so let me say hello to everybody who's come in, and then I'll go back to the first reading. Luna Moon, hello. I'm doing really well. Okay. Who else is here? Pallavi Sharma, hello for you. Hello to you. And MB, hello and welcome. And MB has some astrological information for us. Chiron, the wounded healer, is retrograde from the 15th of July till December. The chance to heal our core wound. Well, that definitely connects to the energy of these cards. Hello to Snowfox Tarot, the Kestrel. And Hannah says, isn't that interesting? There are no mistakes. Everything just kind of, I don't know. Life is funny, isn't it? Yeah. And, these kind of experiences where we share readings online is a way to really start to understand the power of that connection. All right, so let's go to Anjali's question. And Anjali is wondering about engagement to Manu. Okay. Let's see what Spirit has to say. If we can hold Anjali and light and support for what is in Anjali's highest and greatest good. I see you chatting about Shannon's readings. Shannon's been very brave, doing lots of readings lately. I feel, I don't want to, it's weird. I want to say I'm proud of you, but that sounds, I don't know. Please don't take that the wrong way. I think it's amazing what you've been doing. All right, so this is for Anjali, reflecting on Anjali's question about potential engagement to Manu. So again, we're going to look at internal environment. This is kind of perfect, hey? So Anjali's internal environment is one of wanting family, wanting marriage, wanting all of that. So it's great that the cards are reflecting that environment. The external environment. So why do we have pentacles in the external environment? Why is there a focus on, I feel like there's a focus on money, on business. And it feels, these two suits are in harmony with each other. They're kind of neutral. They're not opposing. And then we have an offering. So the Knight of Pentacles is there reaching out as a device. So I would take that as a yes. But I'm a little confused about the external environment as the Eight of Pentacles. I wonder if there's another clue in the artwork but I'm not seeing. And maybe, this partially, Anjali, I don't know if you're working or what kind of work you do, but I'm wondering if this is a message for you to not get lost in the marriage, to maintain your own identity so that you can remain strong and so you know who you are. But for that third card to come up, that feels very, I like that. It's an offering. And the Page of Pentacles is, it's not the Knight of Pentacles. It is the Knight of Pentacles. Sorry. It is the Knight of Pentacles. Of course it is. We just looked at the page in the last reading. Okay, cool. Let's pull an oracle card for Anjali. The strength and resilience is the message. So this would speak to adversity and to you standing strong through the adversity. You've got this. You definitely have this. And there's definitely a connection between the second card and the oracle card. It's about you remaining strong, for sure. For sure. Hannah, I really appreciate your support. That's lovely. Okay. Well, if you're interested, you can watch the playback, Shannon. It was actually quite a good discussion. I felt very, it was very inspiring, actually. I love talking about those cards. Okay, so let's go to Luna Moon. Luna Moon. And Luna Moon, I don't have your first name on my list. If you would like me to know your name, please let me know. Otherwise, I will call you Luna, which is a beautiful name. Oh, you saw part of it, Shannon? Good, good. Okay. I'm not sure if I greeted you. Sometimes the live streams, just, it's hard to focus on the chat, as well as, especially if I'm feeling inspired and I get lost. I get lost in the train of thought. All right, so this is for Luna. What is in store for me regarding my love life in the next 3 months? Okay, I'm going to stick with the energy of this spread. I feel like the spread has a lot to share with us, and it's also important that when you're working with a spread, to not paint yourself too strongly into a corner. And what I mean by that is, if the spread is, if there's something louder than the energy of the spread itself, to allow that to come through. Okay. Major card. So this is the wheel in this deck. So change, to be in the flow of energy, to things are shifting. So things are shifting. Things are definitely moving in another direction. And in order to be with this flow, it is important that you go with the flow, and that you don't resist things that are offered, right? We don't want to feel like a fish swimming upstream. We want to move with life as it comes to us, and to be okay with life as it is presented to us. And Luna Moon is fine. You are a Gemini. Okay. You are a Gemini. So the Lover's card is your astrological major arcana. Hello to Pinky Lee. Okay. So that's the internal environment. The internal environment is one of welcoming change, wanting to move forward. The external environment, oh, that's beautiful, Pinky Lee. So what I was saying is, as a Gemini, this is your card. This is the Lover's card. And so the external environment is one that is moving towards connection, moving towards relationship. And I feel like I need to repeat what I just said. Sometimes we have these expectations, we have these preconceived ideas about what a relationship is supposed to look like. And I feel like with the wheel card there, it's important for you to be open to life as it arises. Okay, so what is the advice? Oh, the advice is be happy. 3 major arcanas. Luna, this is incredible. Incredible. So love is definitely in the air. Your life is moving in a new direction. Your life is moving in a new direction. That's beautiful. What happens if we add those up? We get 10 plus 6 and 16. So 16, 26, 36, 35, and 3 and 5 is 8. Strength. And the thing I see about strength, the strict connection of strength, is Leo season. The energy of strength would reflect that this would be happening quite soon. We have the energy of summer, the sun, and strength is the card for Leo. So it's all really beautiful. I'm going to leave it at that because I think this is just perfect. All right, let us go to Pallavi. And if your names, any of you, your names I don't get right, please feel free to type the pronunciation into the chat. I do my best to say your names correctly. Pallavi Sharma. Hello to Annette. Okay. Ooh, okay, so that, it's funny, the cards have a mind of their own sometimes. They want to cut the way they're cutting. So for those of you that are just coming in now, I am following the energy of a spread. The first card is internal environment. Second card is external environment. And the third card is the advice. Loosely following that, I should say. Okay, so for Pallavi. Four of Swords. So this is a card of integration. It's a card of rest of the mind, right? Peace of mind, which means sometimes we physically have to check out. We need to amplify our self-care. We need to perhaps step away from the busyness of life to quiet the mind. This fits in very nicely with the initial reading that I did. And then the external environment is also quiet. This is the Knight of Pentacles energy. So this it's a King of Pentacles energy. Okay, so it's a peaceful environment. It's a very calm environment. Nothing is for wanting. Everything is as it should be. This is about gratitude. It's about abundance. It's about being comfortable with where you are and what you're at. Ooh, okay. So as things, this is the devil, as things begin, as abundance begins to grow around you, be mindful of your choices. Choose for the reason. We want to enjoy life. Joyfulness is our right? We have the right to live in joy. We have the right to happiness. We have the right to pleasures. We just need to be mindful of going too far. And so perhaps, we have one of the options is to check out, to completely check out. Another option is to participate, but to participate in moderation. And so it's kind of a, what I would say, like there may be a lot of beautiful things that are offered to you, and choose wisely. That feels like good advice. I am going to pull an oracle card for you to see if we can get some clarity on this. Okay. This key phrase is speak your mind. Speak your mind. So you don't have to say yes to everything, nor do you have to say no to everything. It's important that you know who you are, and as different opportunities arise, that you move from your authenticity. That is absolutely crucial. You don't pretend to be what other people expect you to be, and so forth. Oh, Hannah, I'm so happy. So happy. I love that. I will highlight that comment when I get to it in a bit. All right, so let's just share about Shannon's reading. Shannon is a relatively new to tarot, and she has started doing readings in her community, and she had a couple reading this week. That's really nice. I'm glad to hear that went well for you. Okay, the chat just jumped. I just need to go back. Synchronicity. You certainly did. You certainly did. But I love that. So I'm going to propose. So in class tonight, I'm going to put this proposal out there. And I am going to do monthly, maybe twice monthly live readings with some of my students. And I'm going to invite, and this is not just the students that are in Tarot Foundations, but anybody who's taken a course with me, I want to highlight and share the expertise of some of my students. So yeah. I'm hoping you mean garage, not garbage. My friend William wants to store furniture in my garage. Should I say yes or no? That's really, okay, so that's a fun question. Can we think about this metaphorically? So somebody wants to put their stuff in your place. And it's really interesting that you use the word garbage instead of garage. I don't know if you corrected it later down. Pinky Lee, did you correct it? No, you didn't. You didn't even see it. Okay, so let's look at this metaphorically, right? So they want to put their stuff, they want to store their stuff in your place. Why don't they want to take responsibility for it? Why do they want to pass it off? So interesting. Okay, kind of funny. Not, yeah, exactly. A Freudian slip. Maybe you consider your garage a garbage dump, you know, like a place where it's like the room of requirement. The room of requirement in Harry Potter. Okay, so we're looking for a yes or a no. So the inner environment is Three of Pentacles. So the inner environment is you want to support your friend, right? You want to be there. You want to provide a safe physical space for your environment. So that's very kind of you. And the external environment is the Two of Pentacles. So to me, this reflects the choice that you have the right to say no. And that also having that extra furniture in your garage may cause some kind of issue, some kind of balance in the home. You know, maybe you're going to want to move something in there. So there's something about that. And the advice, the advice is the Knight of Swords. So I would say the advice is to be very clear about why they want to store it in there and to be a little bit confrontational about this, to challenge the reason why they want to store it there. I'm going to pull an oracle card. The one of the good things about the Knight of Swords is that the furniture might not be there as long as you think it will be. Well, this card kind of supports the first card in that you want to nurture the relationship. What is your motivation for doing it? Like, do you like this person? Are you hoping to create a relationship with this person? Okay, so that was that oracle card. So it feels like I think it's okay. I don't think this is a strong yes or a strong no, but it's also not a big, you know, there's no tower card here or something. So I feel like it would be okay. It would be okay. And you may learn something from this. Oh, thank you for the feedback, Hannah. I appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback. Okay, let's scroll on down. We're going to go to Libra Goddess. Libra Goddess. The Knight of Swords definitely would be able to say no without an issue. And having that Knight of Swords in the advice position, I feel it's more cautious, more caution. So be mindful of your first reaction. So that second card showed one of balance. So before you deflect a gut reaction, something that you might regret saying, to weigh that Two of Pentacles, that center card. But yes, most definitely, Hannah, most definitely. That is so true of the Knight of Swords energy. All right, so let's focus now on Libra Goddess. And Libra Goddess is asking about Chris's feelings towards her. And so we're going to focus on Libra Goddess, the inner environment of her inner environment, her external environment, and then the advice concerning the relationship with Chris. I'm enjoying shuffling these cards. Okay. I'm just looking at the bottom card. I sometimes like to look at the bottom card. Hello. Thank you for the tea, Shannon. Let's go to the internal environment while I get an oracle card ready. Oh, okay. So you feel optimistic about this relationship. And so you're asking, what is the external one? So the external will represent Chris a little bit. So Eight of Swords. And Chris or other people are not clear about their mindset regarding the relationship. So what is the advice when somebody feels like they are in the Eight of Swords position? First of all, they need space. They need calmness. They need grounding. So one of the things that you can do is provide wholesome food. You can provide a calming energy, a calming presence, right? Unlike the three souls who are dancing around in the Sun card, which might be a little too much for Chris at this time, you would want to, do something a little more calming. Because if Chris is feeling mentally confused, mentally overwhelmed, it also might not be about you. Chris might be in a state, this might be about his family. Gosh, who knows? Some childhood issue, something to do with work. So Chris needs space and comfort and support. Okay. And the advice is not to give up. The advice is, one, to continue to move forward with the relationship. He's stressed out because of his car. Okay, so excellent. So let him be stressed out about his car. It's an expensive, it's an investment. It can cause a lot of mental chatter. Okay, let's just say mental chatter. But the outcome card is lovely. It's one of coming together with friends and family and, passion and good stuff. So cook him a nice meal. I don't know if it's a him. Is it a him? Is it a him? Yes. Cook him a nice meal and this is so beautiful, right? So this card is healing waters. So just give him a little bit of time to move through this, but it feels very, very beautiful, Libra Goddess. Okay. You're welcome, Luna. Sorry, I'm a bit behind in the chat. Shannon says, I had a psychic come in for a reading yesterday. Was that ever a lot of fun? Oh, that's amazing. So happy for you. Alrighty. And we're going to go to Zena, or maybe Zena. from London. Hello from London. And I'm assuming this is London, England, not London, Ontario, but you can let me know. I'm sure there's other Londons in the world as well, too. Cats. I do not have a cat deck. This is my only cattish deck. Yeah. So let's focus on Zena. Zenas would love a reading about a project she has in mind. I feel like you've lost confidence in it a bit. Which way to go? Oh, you're very welcome. All right. Zena. But you like it when people say Zena. All right. So let's have a look at this project. Which way to go? London, UK. Alrighty. Interesting. Okay, so which way are we going to go with this? In one way, I see like she's throwing her hat in the air. She's tossing the project away. And there's some freedom with throwing that hat in the air. There's some freedom with letting the project go. So that's one thought. This is the World card, right? So the World card is the completion of a cycle. So it could very well be that this project has run its course. This project is going as far as it will go. But this is the internal environment. So this is what's going on inside of you. What's going on outside of you? Outside of you is saying something different. So the outside environment is saying, stick with this. The Emperor is steadfast. You have two major arcana cards here. So what this is saying to me is that this is a significant project, probably not something you should throw away. The Emperor is, in this deck, is looking to the future, right? The knees are leaning to the right. So, and also the World card is leaning to the right, right? Both cards are leaning ahead. So, okay. Ooh, that's not a great advice card, is it? There are still some challenges with this particular project. And I am feeling a kind of a stab in the back, Seven of Swords kind of energy. I'm wondering if there has been some theft of intellectual property. When we're looking at swords, we're looking at mind, voice, thought, your thought energy. What does it say on the journal? So the ink has been spilled on the bed sheets. Perhaps it is time to go in a new direction. I'm gonna pull an oracle card. A 3 is also a completion number, right? The 3 is the first completion. Now, if you are able to regroup, the energy of the Emperor is one of abundance, financial support. And so perhaps this is just a setback, and the project will take on a new energy, a new life of its own. I'm a little bit confused, Zena, as to definitively saying which way to go. Let's see what the Oracle card says. I'll look at the bottom of the deck too, because sometimes we can get some wisdom from the card that's on the bottom. The Oracle card would say to go ahead, to put some love back into this project. And look at this. This is really interesting because here the heart has been stabbed, and here there is a reinvestment. I'm very sorry about the power tools outside if you can hear them. This one says accept love. It's like there's a reinvestment in the project. Oh, for sure, Hannah. I will do a reading for you without question. Okay, and what's on the bottom of the deck? Does that help us at all? Interesting. What's on the bottom of the deck is justice. Okay, so I feel like there has been, like I said, a violation of some kind, a broken trust. But that broken trust might not be enough to break the project. Okay, please let me know how this goes and what unfolds over the summer, because I feel like the reading expresses and mirrors your frustration with the project. However, there's a part of me that says, keep on going, keep on going. Yes, extremely creepy devil in this deck. Alrighty. I didn't see that till just now. That's really interesting. I feel like you need to challenge him to make sure his intention is very clear about why he wants to store the furniture. Yeah. So let's go to Annette's question. So I'm just going to scan through here, see where we're at as far as the number of questions I have. So we have Annette. You're welcome, Pinky Lee. So there is Annette and then Snow Fox. Okay. Alrighty, let's just go through this. It's hard to go up and down through the chat. Let's just go to Annette. I'm sorry to hear about your brother-in-law. I'm going to see if I can pick up something intuitively on this. Just give me a second here. So can we all hold Annette and her family in light and love? Be grateful for all that he has given to each and every one of you. My heart is aching. I can feel a slight bit of energy rising in my throat. So it's important that you share your feelings with him, even if he is not the kind of person that likes to have those kinds of conversations. Well, there's always medicine in that. But does he have, is it lung or heart? Is it lung or heart? Is it lung or heart? It's heart. It's definitely heart. I know this sounds weird, but he might be dying from grief. And I'm sorry, these live readings, it's very, very difficult to get super specific about this, but let's look at the internal environment. Okay. So it's important internally that you're all balanced in your physical bodies, that you are all grounded. Notice how this witch is up on stilts. This witch is not on the ground. So if this is the internal environment, it's not the healthiest environment. So it's important that you all, I don't know, like go have a picnic, sit on the ground, go for a walk together, get outside, right? The Suit of Pentacles connects us to the earth, and it wants us, it invites us to be grounded in a healthy way. External environment is one of sadness, right? So this perfectly fits the energy of your reading. And what I was saying earlier about that ache in the heart space, I'm not looking at the chat because I just want to finish my thought here, is that if there is conflict about how you feel or how members of the family feel about anything your brother-in-law said or did or acted in the past, it's important to release that, to not dwell on any negativity. He is a soul, he is full of light, and to love and to celebrate that light and love. The card that is on the bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles. And if you look at this, there's 3 ages of family members. And so this aspect, again, we're in Pentacles. So this is about the wellness of the family, the giving, the receiving, the reciprocity. And I suppose with the Death card in the 3rd position, the advice is to be honest about this, to understand that all things do come to an end, and that your brother-in-law is perhaps ready. And I really don't want to say more because I would love to talk to you in person. But it feels like this is an important conversation to have with your sister, brother, family members, that this is a rite of passage. This is a natural part of life. And I know this is hard. And it's quite amazing actually that this card has come up. And so the advice would be to talk about death, to acknowledge death as as the ending that it needs to be. I'm going to pull an oracle card, Annette, specifically for you. Can you get to the beach? There's a lot of healing that can happen in the water. This can happen simply through the water in vases of flowers. This can happen through, water features that are brought into a room. Maybe it'd be really nice to bring a water feature into your brother-in-law's room. There's such peace with water energy, and it has a very nurturing, motherly energy. Maybe your brother-in-law has connections with the ocean, with dolphins and so forth. And maybe your brother-in-law would like to, maybe your brother-in-law would like to be a part of water magic. Rivers. Okay. Maybe there's some old family photos. Maybe there's some old family photos from San Diego that you can share with your brother. Maybe there's some, some of those memories that would just, I don't know, bring a smile to his face, help him to leave with contentment. Yeah. But that's also about you as well, too, right? This is part of your peace and your contentment. And, perhaps, I don't even know if I should say this. Perhaps part of his physical body wants to be released to the water after he's gone, of course. Okay. Please reach out if you'd like to talk to me more. Okay. Thank you. My website is below in the description box. Thank you all for your support of Annette in the chat. And I'm going to have some water medicine. All right, so this is for Selena. And then after Selena, I'm going to go to Hannah's reading. And that will be it for today. So Selena and then Hannah. You're so welcome, Annette. All right, so this is for Selena, Snow Fox Tarot. And then I will get to Hannah's reading. Hannah is Dancing Soul Sister. I'm just okay. So this is something I'm just going to pause here. And for those of you, because I know a lot of you are readers. So after a challenging reading like this, it is important just to take a few breaths. I don't want to take this energy into Selena's reading. Okay, so I've reached for my crystal box. I've got 2 pieces of Septarian in my hands. I've taken a drink of water, right? And I'm just going to take a breath in and a breath out. Send lots of light and love to Annette and her family. And then carry on. You know, it's like, it's, if you've ever done, for those of you that haven't done like a psychic fair or something, that kind of a situation is really, really intense. You can get some really challenging readings and people are lined up and, you know, there's no time for a break and so forth. And so this, making sure you always have water or warm tea is really important. Okay. Annette, thank you so much. Okay. Snow Fox Tarot. So we have internal environment, external environment, and advice. Are you ready? Are you ready? Guess that's the question, right? Are you ready? Are you ready to go? It's so funny. This card reminds me of that scene in is it the third Indiana Jones movie? If you know that movie, you'll know that what scene I'm talking about. It's funny. So in this deck, the phoenixes are pointing in opposite directions. They're not sure about where they want to go. So part of this process, Selena, is to get clear about the next step, because you can no longer stay where you are. And you know that. But there needs to be some time to do that. So the external environment is one of being overwhelmed with responsibilities, overwhelmed with stuff. And know that. So the Suit of Wands is part of your Dharma, right? It's part of your path. And so you very much are on path. And this path it's okay to take a new direction. I guess that's what I'm saying. You've done a lot. You've done a lot. And now it's okay to move in a new direction. Okay, so for the Strength card to show up here, as we are entering Leo season, is like a double, it's a really good card to have. I also like that we're going from 7 Chariot to 8 Strength. It shows the progress from this nice flow of energy. So the part of the process is perhaps letting go of some of that energy, quite literally blowing off some steam. The element of fire is a little bit out of whack. So intentionally, I don't know if you were here for the initial group reading, but you may need to have some personal time to get clarity around which direction it is that you are going. But the advice is now is the time to shift that. Oh my God, really? Now you're okay. So this makes perfect sense. And so you lean into that internal wisdom, you lean into that internal strength. You know that you've got this, and this is not the time to stay still. It is not in your highest interest to stay still. Okay, so this is the same card we had in the beginning. So what I was saying was that a small, not too long retreat will help you to find the clarity. And maybe that just means a daily meditation with your beautiful crystal clusters, But I want to emphasize not too long. The Chariot energy wants to get going, and you need to listen to that and dig deep to do that. So the card on the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Swords. So that would speak to wrestling with your truth, wrestling or doubting your ability to see clearly about where this is going. But that's not true. You know where you want to go and what you want to do. And that 10 of Wands energy is one of definitely, letting some stuff go so that you can move forward. You can't take everything with you on that motorcycle. All right. Oh, perfect. And then we have Hannah, Dancing Soul Sister. Okay, and Selena says, I've been neglecting meditation and just daily things that make me feel balanced. Okay. Good. Oh, saying lots of things here. Oh, you're so welcome. You're very, very welcome. All right, so this is a last reading for today. If somebody could please just type in the chat, readings for today are closed. And the final reading is for Hannah. Okay? The final reading is for Hannah. And for those of you, if you requested a reading and you didn't get one, I did do a group reading at the very beginning, and you can go back and watch that in the replay. It was quite a beautiful, beautiful reading. All right, so I think I'm going to shuffle in the camera this time. I love shuffling. Oh, I didn't show you the color. This is the color I edged. Maybe you saw it already. I edged this deck. All right. So this is for Hannah Soul Sister, general reading with this adorable deck. So what do you think of shifting a 3 card? So you have your internal environment, external environment, and then advice. How does that sit with you? Do you think that's a spread you could use on a, I don't know, maybe a weekly, not a daily basis, but a weekly basis? It's blue. It's kind of a steely blue color. All right, Annette likes the spread. Yeah, I have been reviewing Marie's deck, and I really, really want to do a few deep dive videos into the Marielle Tarot, and yeah, I've never done one on YouTube, so I want to put that together. Landscape of the Abyss is the guidebook that goes with it, and it's just a powerful, powerful resource. Okay, so inner environment for Hannah. Sixes are such beautiful numbers. The sixes have a tremendous amount of peace, right? There's a beauty and of course, you know, it's also it's a completion card as well too, but it's I find the sixes are quite content. There's a contentment to the sixes. And so this inner environment may be one of reflecting on the past. It doesn't necessarily go that way, but 6 of Cups speaks to peace of the heart, right? 6 in the heart space. So it's a beautiful energy to have sitting in the heart space. The 6-pointed star refers to the blending of the masculine and feminine triangles, right? So the cup and the chalice. We saw this, I believe, in the very first reading, the Page of Pentacles. That map on the ground. And a reluctance to go forward. The card on the left speaks to the past. The card on the front is like a reluctance to move forward. There's indeed contemplation about going forward, but there's something that's holding you back. What is the advice? The advice is to stir things up. This reminds me so much of like the Wizard of Oz or something. The advice is to stir things up. The advice is to spice things up, to get things going. The card on the bottom of the deck is the Four of Cups. So this advice makes total sense, like that's a lot of fiery energy. Both of these are rather immobile cards. And so the advice is to get physically active. The advice is to do something a little risky, The advice is to think about the eights, right? That the energy of 8 wants to move. It wants to flow. It doesn't want to stay still. This has kind of been a theme today in several of the readings. So I guess the question is, Hannah, reflect on what is holding me back, what is causing me to pause, and how can I start to stir things up? Piece of heart already knocked in my doors. Okay. Oh, cards didn't want to shuffle. One more. All right, so this is the last card for today. So you know how that last card is 8 of Wands? This card is about fire as well too. It's the magic card, fire magic. It's been a while since there are suits. Are you aware there's suits in this oracle deck? And every suit has a sequence of numbers. So the magic card is the 5th card in each suit. So this would speak to the transition, right? The change. How are we going to move through this suit? Okay, so the suit of fire, where are we here? The suit of fire is a suit of creativity and passion. And so through the use of fire magic, you will ignite your passion, ignite your creativity. But there's definitely a invitation to stirring things up. I already said that. The reason I'm hesitating is that we're moving into a very fiery season. I'm assuming you're in the Northern Hemisphere. So to be mindful of the balance of that is important as well too. Okay. I did a video on this deck, and the Oracle deck, and I haven't used it a lot, but I really like it. I really like it. All right, so I'm gonna go, where is, okay. I'm just gonna go through the chat before I sign off. Amazing readings tonight. You are all so very, very welcome. And again, love and light to Annette and her family. Yeah, you know what? It's not me, it's spirit. And we need to remember that as readers, that if we can step out of the way and allow the cards, allow the words, allow ourselves to be guided, the whole thing just flows so beautifully. Lots of love for Annette. That's beautiful. Okay, some of these I have seen. Oh, yes. And Zena was commenting on the spread because I asked you if you liked the spread. It's definitely a good spread for revealing blind spots or if you have lost focus. This comment is in regards to my suggestion of doing a Marielle study. Okay, I think. And then Hannah says, I'm so happy for you. So happy for you. All right. Well, that's a wrap for today. And I will see you all soon. I'll be back on Friday with a tarot chat. I may be doing the tarot. There's a tarot tag that's flying around. There's a couple right now. I'm not going to do tarot in the bedroom. I think that's kind of an odd tag. I mean, it's fun. There's another tag called Tarot Cliche. I might do that on Friday. But I'll see. I have a few other ideas in mind. And if you have any questions or any requests, always please let me know. Okay. Take good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for your support in the chat and your openness. I really appreciate it. Namaste.